From Studio A in North Myrtle Beach, it's time for Old Farts and Tall Tales with Lenny D and Roger T, sharing digital mischief from the bright side of the road. Laugh with us, laugh at us, but laugh.
And I am Angelo in the control room, trying to keep some sanity in the podcast.
In today's episode, we'll visit River Park, a senior living facility here in Little River. We'll discuss opportunities for seniors, the cost of fuel, updates on our own Fairden community and the new golf drag strip, and plenty more. And here we go.
I'm doing pretty good today, and hoping that this podcast comes off a lot. We've been doing a lot of experimenting.
Yeah. It was good to be back in the studio. Going to that River Park, the senior living house, that was really good, and I had a great time. And I think it was a challenge in the beginning, but I think everybody enjoyed it. And as a matter of fact, we're going to do the clip. So, Angelo, play the clip. Let's go.
Okay, folks, we're on. All right.
Hi, folks. Good afternoon. Thank you for being so kind and being patient with us. We had a hard time getting onto the internet. So I'll turn you back to our host today.
Hi, everybody. We have Old Farts and Tall Tales and Embracing Life at 80. And this is our first podcast here. Matter of fact, the first one that we've done actually out of our studio and in a bigger place. Sorry,
we have to speak a little louder.
Okay. Sorry about that.
This is Lenny, and I'm Roger, and we're the Old Farts. Okay? Lenny's 81 and I'm 83. And we decided that we wanted to be active, okay, and not busy. So go ahead, Len.
All right. So anyway, we're happy to be invited here by Marla Wismer, and we'd like Marla to come over for a few minutes, seconds. You can take this seat.
My chair.
Where's the applause?
Hey. Don't be bashful, guys. Don't be bashful.
Oh, yeah, I'm always known as you guys.
That's all right. So Marla, thank you for inviting us here. We really appreciate
Thanks
it.
for coming.
Gotta speak a lot.
I'm trying. I know. I'm trying.
Real loud.
I got to get the microphone, some bigger one. But anyway, tell us a little bit about this place. We've been here like 3 times now. It's clean. It's great. Brand new. Everybody seems happy here. Tell us what you actually do.
Well, my official title is Life Enrichment Coordinator, but it's an activity director.
Right.
It's just a big fancy title. I play games. I plan trips. I'm the choir director. What else do? I do happy hour, anything to entertain and to make their life happier.
Great, thank you.
These people are all very independent. They can take care of themselves. I'm just kind of an amenity for them.
Got it.
And they're wonderful people. This is the best group of people I've ever worked with. And they care about each other. They check up on each other. It's a very beautiful place to live in and a loving place to live.
Perfect. By the way, I don't know if we mentioned it's River Park that we're here in.
Yeah, River Park Senior Living. The terraces at River Park.
Terraces, yeah. And it's in Little River?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Now, we have a lot of people. Are there couples also that live here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's basically like an apartment for senior citizens.
Okay.
People come and go as they can and please. And like I said, the activities is an amenity, transportation is an amenity, and they...
Okay, we're back. Okay.
We're back.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Yep, we're back. So let's stay.
Let's introduce Rich. Introduce Rich.
Mitch. Come here, Rich.
So things are dragging.
Things are dragging, so we're bringing some drag. We need some help here.
Got it? Now, I want to tell you something about my friend Rich Mallon here that you just might not believe. In addition to being so handsome, okay, this man is brilliant, okay? He can tell a story just like that, all right? And with that, I'm going to introduce our friend Rich Mallon, And Rich, did you ever, what about that talking dog?
Yeah. But we have no. Well, we have a running joke about this trip I made out in the countryside, and I saw a sign that said, talking dog, $10. And I was so curious that I pulled in on a farmer. I asked him, I said, you really have a dog that talks? And he goes, he says, yeah, I have a dog that talks. I said, well, where's the dog? He says, well, he's around back. I said, I can't believe he talks. He said, well, go back there and check yourself. So I go back and I say the dog, and I said, hey, I said, you really talk? And he looks at me and says, yeah, I can talk. I says, well, tell me something about yourself. He said, well, I worked for the Army, and when we invaded, Iraq, I actually infiltrated the Al-Qaeda cells, and I came back with information to my superiors. I did that for several years, and then they brought me over here to the States, and I worked at airports, and I checked out bags, and I sniffed out drugs, and I worked that for a few years, and then I retired here to North Carolina, and I've been living here on the farm. I said, that's amazing. So I go to the farmer. I said, that dog really talks. He says, I know he really talks. And you really want to sell him for $10? He says, yeah. Well, why is it so cheap? This is because that dog's a bullshitter. He's never left the farm.
Now, I've got to tell you that. I've told that story a million times.
The guy loves this joke.
I love this joke, okay? And I got it from Rich, and I've told it a couple other jokes. We won't be doing, this is a family show. So we will be doing them today. But so Rick, how did you get into this? This is what I want to know.
Is this? I don't know. You suckered me in. You just said, hey, come on over.
You're brilliant. Yeah. No, I mean, how did you get into this comedian stuff?
Well, I don't know. I've had some instances where I wasn't always that happy, and I just decided about 20 years ago that I would just try to remember jokes, tell them, and watch people laugh. And it makes me happy, and it makes them happy, and so I've got, I actually wrote them down. I probably have about 130 off the top of my head, actually, if I write them down. But it is fun to tell jokes.
Yes, it is. And I wrote jokes down since the last time you were on the show, and I wrote the jokes down. Now I can't find where I put the jokes.
Well, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, actually, we had an accident on the way over here. Remember, Bob? We rear-ended that car, and this dwarf came out of the driver's seat, and he walked back to my car. And he says, I'm not happy. And I said, well, which one are you? Anybody?
We got it.
I'll take drones. If you got a good drone, I'll take a good drone.
Good drum. So, Lenny, what else is going on that we should be talking about today? Because this is a clip that's going in.
I know. I'd like to talk to some of the audience. Somebody who would like to come up here.
If somebody would like to come up and join us, and after we do the clip, if you'd like to see how we set it all up, and maybe you know more than we do about it, so we'd appreciate that. Is there anybody who'd like to come up and just say hello? It's going to be on YouTube, and it's going to be on Spotify, 2 networks, and it's a video. So is there anyone who'd like to?
No. Oh, we got it.
Okay,
Come on up here.
Yeah.
The hot seat.
Come take it up.
You'll be sorry.
Come on, sit down.
Thank you.
I used to, Rich and I are kind of old friends, and we imbibe frequently. Like every Friday night we meet at our local spot, and, we drink what we bring. So finally we decided, you're 77, I'm 77. Maybe time's getting a little past us. We might want to bring, we'll make an agreement first. Let's say if each one of us passes away first, let's make a pact that the other will bring a bottle of the best Irish whiskey you can buy and sprinkle it all over the other one's grave. And Rich says, yeah, I'll agree to that, but you mind if I pass it through my kidneys first?
What's your name?
Kathy.
Kathy.
Hi, Kathy. I'm Roger.
Hi, Roger. Hi, Lenny. And this is the
Old
Fart Show. Not me, of course. Y'all know I'm not there.
Of course not. So, how long you been here?
I've been here almost 4 years.
Oh, you like it?
It's the best thing we ever did.
Great, great, great. And what did you do before?
Before I retired or just before?
Well, let's go before you.
In your other life,
retired.
yeah.
I was a teacher.
Okay.
Oh,
I taught behavior and emotionally handicapped children. So I fit in here really well.
Yes.
Especially with these two guys.
I was thinking of my neighbors and friends here.
These two guys are so close. They actually do colonoscopies together.
Oh, Richard.
That's low.
yeah, that's
All over.
You get it in the box though, right? It just comes in the mail now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you do now? I mean, you must be active.
I try to stay busy. Marla has a lot of activities. I like singing in the choir here. I can't sing with a dookie, but I love doing it.
When I was in grammar school and high school, and they told me to mouth the words at the concert. You know how
Well, the last time I sang a little solo at one of the performances over there, one of the gentlemen told me next time I should try to sing Frog Courtney instead of what I said.
And do you think our friend Larry comes the last Thursday of the month and he does Name That Tune?
That's piano. And that's our name, that tune man right there. Jack, raise your hand. And he knows everything.
Oh, yeah.
Jack's
Yeah, we were
Grand
over
War
to
veteran.
that. And there was another man. Where's Bill? Bill's not here today, is he? He knew every song that came up. You know, he could hum that line as fast. And I'm a musician, and I couldn't name all those songs. You know, so that's a great time. And Larry is a great piano player, isn't he?
He is.
Yes, he's really good.
And he's real nice to come here for us.
Yes, he's our neighbor and a good friend of ours. Now, come on, let's have somebody else come up and join us. Because that's what this is all about.
Jack.
Where's Jack? Come on,
Come on, Jack.
Come on, Jack.
Come on,
Come on.
Come on, John, you got good stories.
Yeah.
Let me get behind you, Joe.
Hey, Bill. How you doing? But Jack says he's
He's calling me an old fart Jack.
I am an old fart.
well, then join us, Jack.
Yes. My son does Tanger's Eve podcast.
Oh.
They're up to 350 of them now.
Okay.
About helicopter.
Okay. Now move a little closer to the mic, and you gotta be really good. Next time we're gonna bring an amplifier with us.
So how do you like it?
You know?
It's a fine place. They feed us good.
Yeah.
Activities all the time. I don't take part in all,
Well, you don't have to.
but
Yeah.
Lenny, can you
keep us
move that
busy.
mic a little closer to Jack so that, because we want to know
Like
you
you're all
all,
over.
you know?
I can hold it too. So,
Look at
Jack.
You know.
So, I heard you Korean War, but
Yeah,
wow. Where were you?
Lenny, we can't hear you.
What service?
the Army.
The Army. Okay.
Yeah. I spent a year there.
A year in Korea.
In Korea.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you made it back.
So am I. Yeah.
And what did you do after the service?
I was an agriculture teacher
Okay.
in Kutztown, Pennsylvania.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Later an insurance man, and then after that, conservation district manager
Wow.
for 14 years for the county.
Yeah. So you moved around.
Working with the farmers.
Okay. Did you always stay in Pennsylvania, or did you move?
Stayed in Pennsylvania until 1999,
Wow.
and then I moved to Longs,
Longs. Okay.
so I had a short name.
Short. What's your last name? What's your last name?
My last name is Shanley.
Okay, Shelly. Okay, but you wanted to be somewhere where you had a short name for where you lived, right?
Well, when they showed me around here, Al said, show them the fourth floor, not just the first floor.
Okay, yeah.
And showed me a room up there. It was 419. That was my address.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't have to learn
Didn't
three
have to
new
learn-
numbers.
No.
The zip code only changed 2 numbers.
Perfect.
So I snuck from
Okay.
one place to another.
Yeah. All right. So, what else I got to ask you? What is your favorite? You have sports? You like sports? Watching or
I like Yukon girls.
Yukon girls.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
They're good. They
Yeah,
won
yeah.
11, 12 in a row.
for the winners.
Yeah.
And first came down here, I came from Long Island, actually, in Jersey. And I had a house in Massachusetts, and I used to take the Merritt Parkway up there. And there was that sign that said, "Welcome to whatever it was, home of Yukon, Huskies and
Huskies,
championships and all this stuff, right?" So when we went there, at the tournament, you chipped in $20 and you picked all these teams, and I picked Yukon, right? Because I saw that sign and I said, "These are good teams." Not that I'm a basketball freak. Well, I won. I was the only one that won. Yukon won the whole thing, and everybody said, "How did you do it?" And I said, "Well, I don't follow basketball, but I go on the Merritt Parkway, and I saw this sign, whatever the town was, home of the Yukon Huskies and championships and everything." And they said that was the girls' team, not the men's team.
But the last 2 years in a row, they both won, the men and
Yes,
the ladies.
yes.
And this year, they both got in the final.
Yes, yes.
And didn't win.
Yes,
Right.
but this was about 8 years ago that I did it.
Well, they've done it
Yeah.
quite often.
May I ask Jack a couple of questions?
Yes, go.
Okay. Hey, you know who recommended Jack to me? I asked for Jack the first time I came here. And the reason I did was Larry said that Jack knows every song. He said, this guy is a really great guy. So, Jack, how did you learn all those songs?
It's a secret. I just memorized.
He memorized.
I didn't do it on purpose. It just happened.
Yeah.
Things like that happen.
Yeah. Well, what's your favorite song of all time?
Ooh. Lollipops and Roses by Jack Jones.
Oh, I like that song too.
That's
Yes.
a good tune.
Yeah. I was just the other night going over. I used to have a band, and we called them the Drowning Squirrels. And the reason we had a band called the Drowning Squirrels is because we didn't have a band. And so we made this band up over at Tidewater, and we played. We had our last reunion in 2014, and God bless some of the guys have moved on now. But my point is, don't we all have a favorite song? Like Be My Baby. I love that song. That song is part of my soul. You hear that beat and you know what that song is. It's a great drum. That was a Phil Spector song. Phil used to have the Wrecking Crew, and they would have that big wall of sound back there, and all those professional musicians. And we brought our own Wrecking Crew today. And Rich. And we're so happy to be here today. It makes me tear up. I'm enjoying it so much.
It's
That's because
a great place to live.
It's a beautiful place.
Yes.
Yes. We're having such a good time. Rich says that the reason I'm tearing up is because my underwear is too tight. That's not true. Could you escort this man out of here, please?
Security.
The hair is so good. I like it.
Yeah, thanks.
It reminds me of a guy.
Thanks,
I was at church and I wanted to know. The minister wanted to know if anybody needed any help with anything, and my hearing is in 2 weeks up.
I love it. And now you know why he's with us. Yeah. And
And how to keep somebody going.
To our driver for assisted living. Who's here? Jack Henderson Places.
oh, sure.
You bet.
Hey, Jack, loved it.
Oh, too.
Thank you, Jack.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Jack.
Yeah.
Let's have a hand for Jack. He's Thank you, Jack.
That's one thing everyone would say at the airport back in the day, remember?
Yeah.
Hi, Jack.
Hi, Jack. Hi, Jack. Jack's a great guy.
Hey, Al.
Hey, let's go give a hand to Al.
Hey, Al. Hi, Al.
Hello, sir. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good, good.
Al, good to see
Nice
you.
seeing you.
Now, you look like a man who knows everybody in town. Is that true?
Well, most everybody except my wife. Most everybody, yeah. We have a lot of new residents
Okay.
over here.
Yeah.
And I'm mainly over in the other building now with the assisted living
Okay.
and our memory care, but I do come over like 3 or 4. I try to get over here 3 or 4 times a week.
Nice.
But we do have a lot of new people.
And what do you do here?
I try not to do much. At my age, I like to slow down. No, I do transportation and activities.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So we take them out to lunches, outings. We're very involved with the veterans
Okay, great.
organizations here. We do have a lot of veterans in both buildings.
Yep.
In fact, next week, we're going to be at Market Common in the Corvette. They have 10 Corvettes, and we have 9 of our veterans going to be in the Corvette on the parade.
Oh, wow.
So that'll be great.
Yeah.
And then Memorial Day, and we're going to be down here at the Memorial Gardens. But between the VFW, the Legion, and the Elks Club, they're really coming to this area.
Good.
I just love Memorial Gardens. It's one of my favorite places to go, you know.
Twice.
Yeah, and I take my wonder dog, Zella. She's a little schnauzer, you know, and I take her and we go for walks in there. It's beautiful. She's a talking dog. We have great conversations too. Listen, how many people here have never talked to their dog? I talk, don't raise your hand. I talk to my dog, and I just love talking to the dog, you know?
I do. I have 2 dogs. Yeah, you talk to your dogs.
Yeah, I talk to both of them.
Yeah, of
In
course.
fact, I think I talk to my dogs more than my wife.
That's right.
Man's best friend.
Could I check in with you after this meeting today?
Yeah, you can check it. You can check in. But is this the Old Farts Club? Is this what
Yes.
this is?
This is the old farts and tall tales.
Yes.
And what's the age to get in?
It doesn't matter.
Age the Old Farts.
Lenny's 81, I'm 83.
Awesome. You guys
But
are doing
but
good.
we like people coming up to that age.
Yeah.
Our whole idea is to get people out, get people laughing like you guys,
Right.
not to be sitting in the house. People think that once you retire, you get to be 70, oh, that's over. I'm going to sit there and watch Matlock for the rest of my life.
Oh, yes.
Judge Judy.
Yeah.
You,
Sit down.
You really have to get out and do things, and talk to people and meet people.
You want to be active.
Yeah.
It's like now over here, we have our happy hour from noon to 2.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. And then we all drink Boost and Ensure.
That's good.
That's, we enjoy that.
It's all beverages.
Yeah. Boost and Ensure. Yeah. We have a good time.
So you understand.
Yeah. And over in the other building, we have a man that's 109.
Wow.
He's a World War II vet.
Oh, my gosh.
We had a big parade for him, and everybody here knows who he is. Mr.
Okay.
Gus, yes. So someday we'll have to have him talk.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we'll have to make arrangements. We'll bring Gus over.
Oh, that'd be great.
And Gus can get on the radio and hear him talk to you.
Sometime,
But
yeah.
I love working here. I retired 22 years ago from Syracuse, New York.
Wow. How old are you?
How old am I? I'll be 80.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
So I
You're a young
did
kid.
it.
Where'd you live in Solvay?
No, I lived in New Hartford, New York. 60 miles southeast of
Okay,
Syracuse.
when you mentioned Syracuse, you know.
Yeah, so we're Syracuse fans. Buffalo Bill fans over here. The Mafia.
Al's a great guy, but I got a little dirt on Al. I don't know if anybody's interested in it.
Yeah, we'd like to
But
know.
Al's the kind of guy that'll take you to the cleaners. Actually, I met Al about 8 years in dry cleaners.
Oh, yeah, Preston Dry
You
Clean.
need a man to take you to the cleaners.
Oh, yeah, we took her to the cleaners. But she enjoyed it. Like most of you women, like our men, you starch your pants, you wool the jackets. I remember my grandmother from Russia to Ukraine. She used to starch and iron my Jaji's underwear and handkerchiefs. That was old school.
Oh, I have to have an iron handkerchief. I do my own.
Really?
Yes.
Iron handkerchief. I use paper towels.
Absolutely.
Brown paper towels.
Yeah. You know, I have to ask a question. I don't want to be intrusive, okay, but it looks like we have a lot of teachers in here. Teachers here in the background.
How many people are
teachers
with
here?
teachers? How many teachers? 1, 2,
Oh, just three over
Wow.
there.
Raise your hand, Jan.
No, because you know why? I got some of those looks like my teachers used to give me when I was a bad boy.
He was a teacher too. So.
Were you a teacher?
Yes. Yeah.
Are you from New York?
Yes.
It's hard to tell. Downstate. It's like bad being from New York.
No, the course I teach, you know, come.
Couldn't control the kids.
Well, Lenny, how are we doing on time? I'm sorry.
You know, it's nice you guys.
I think we do 5 more minutes or so.
Okay, we got
Well, do you want to let
5
somebody else to talk? Let somebody else.
Yeah,
Let's see if anybody else would like to come up.
I mean, I can talk to
Come
Mindy.
on up, come on up.
Who wants to talk?
All right, we got somebody. We got another.
Come on, Miss
Here we
Ellis.
go, here we go.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. It's a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure. Thanks, Jack.
Thank you very
Take a hot seat.
All right, I'm on the hot seat.
You're on the hot seat. What's your name?
Ellen,
Ellen. Oh, nice. Ellen, how are you today?
I'm fine and dandy.
Great, looking great.
And how are you?
I'm great. Having a great time.
Good.
So, what did you do in your other life?
Well, in my other life, I was a teacher.
Okay.
And then, what else was I?
I don't know. You got to tell me.
No, you're supposed to guess.
Oh, well,
What does it look like I would have been?
a principal. No.
No. I was asked to be a principal, but I didn't want to get involved in law.
Okay. Maybe you were on one of those shows like Vanna White, and you went down and picked.
Oh, I fixed numbers, yeah.
Yeah.
No, not really. I was just basically a teacher.
Okay. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. And what did you do after you retired from teaching?
Well, after I retired from teaching, I just got involved in a lot of community things,
Okay.
church activities. Then for a while, I had to take care of my husband who had a stroke,
Okay.
and keep him alive and
Yeah,
moving,
sure.
which we did very well.
Right.
And then he was here in assisted living for a while,
Okay.
and that's how I got to know the place.
Oh, nice.
So when it was time for me to come to senior living, I said, "Hey, I'm going to River Park."
Yeah, good for you.
And I've been here not quite 4 weeks.
Okay. Oh, you're
I'm new.
You're new.
For those of you who never met me, I'm Ellen.
Okay. This is Ellen, everybody. Ellen. So you seem to be in pretty good shape.
Oh, I am.
Yeah. So what do you do for exercise? Like, what do you do?
Well, for exercise, I do stretch and flex.
Okay.
I take walks.
Right.
I do a bike, kind of like a bike.
Right.
Ones, and they were yellow, and the green ones were lime, and the red were cherries. And then she handed out these honey ones, and we couldn't figure out what it was. And so the teacher said, well, let me give you a clue. It's something that your mom might call your dad. And the little girl in the back says, oh, spit them out their assholes.
Okay.
That was good.
That was probably the best one.
That's a good one.
Cool. I love the pool. Okay. Now, we're just about running out of time, so I wanted to just hope somebody else might want to come up just to say hello. Right here. Yeah, come on up.
Thank you, Ellen.
You're welcome. Ellen, thank you.
Price is right. Come on down. Next one up. Right here. What's your name? What's your name?
Here, let me move your chair in just a bit, okay?
So you get a good
There you go. Now you got to steady.
So what do you, how long you been here?
2 years.
2 years. Ann. 2 years. She's been here 2 years. And what do you like about it?
Eat.
Eat? You like the food is good, Ann? Oh,
Yes,
wow.
it
Good.
is. And I like to hear songs.
And you like to hear those songs.
You know what song I like?
What?
What's it called? South Carolina?
Sweet Caroline.
And you go, bum, bum, bum.
What's the
On the red star sky.
Neil Diamond, Sweet Caroline.
Oh, Sweet Caroline. I would sing it. I can't sing. Everybody will empty up the place.
No, Lenny can't sing, I can guarantee
You
you.
walk every day?
Might sing a solo.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to hear you.
And I have a song I think too.
You did what?
I have a song.
Oh.
Baby loud, you gotta be loud.
It's a secret. It's a,
You and Lenny got a thing going?
I don't know.
I don't know, what's the,
You
so,
got a boyfriend?
That's the Irish Whisper.
Oh.
Have you ever been to Ireland?
Yes, I have.
Yes.
You know, I kissed the Rolling Stone.
Yes.
I was so scared the first time. Oh my God.
Oh, man, upside down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would go.
And right behind me was that little door.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lonnie Stone.
Yeah, on the Blonde Stone. Well, folks, I think we have one more person who'd like to come on up. Over here, Bob. Do we have anyone over here who'd like to come on up?
Somebody?
Yes, John,
Must be hurt. Good job.
Thank you, Ann. Thank you. I'm fine.
Well, you know what, you can, I'm gonna put it there and then pull them up, for the table.
I also like to see their faces because they usually get blocked like this.
Don't worry, just look at the order. There you go.
How are you doing today? Welcome, Ross.
Howdy.
Howdy, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Where you come from?
New Jersey.
New Jersey, where?
Town called Wyckoff up in Bergen County.
Okay, I used to live in, where would I live?
Think of it, think of it.
Think of it.
Yeah, well, he'll think of it. My son lives in, just a little bit south of,
Neither of these
Think of it, think of it.
neither of these
Think of
guys
it.
know what's going on.
Secaucus, I was in
Oh,
Secaucus.
okay.
yes.
Favorite son.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
So, how long you been here now?
I don't know, what's it, 4 years?
4 years.
Minus a couple months.
Oh, okay. that's
Yeah.
good. You like it?
It's all right, it's good. You
They take care
know,
of
beats the alternative.
Everything beats the alternative. You know, that's why we're out, because we figured we don't want the alternative.
No.
We want to keep going as long as you can, you know? So, what did you do before?
I was a police officer for 28 years.
Oh,
After I came out of service,
okay.
I did 2 years in the Army and came out and
Oh,
I was a cop.
good. And then, how long you been retired now?
April 13th, 1994, I walked out.
Wow, okay. And what did you do after that?
I worked for different golf courses,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
just
Bagging and stuff like that?
bagging and everything, yeah.
Well, that's not bad, that's good.
No, it's good. I call it hobby jobs.
Hobby jobs, yes,
Yeah.
yes. How old are you, if I can ask?
I'm 87.
Okay, well,
Oh, boy.
very good. Looking good for you, sir.
You're a kid, Lenny.
I know, I'm a little guy.
You're a kid.
So everything's good for me.
Good, good. What's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport is the New England Patriots.
Oh, me too, me too.
Don't just keep it quiet.
Me too.
Okay.
New York Jets.
No. You know how I became a Patriot fan? I grew up in Long Island, and in Long Island, you know, when I grew up in Long Island, and you know, that time, the only team you really had was the Jets. They came and worked in 1960s, and they were my favorite team, and you know, name it and all that stuff, and won the Super Bowl, and then they moved to Giant Stadium in New Jersey. Now, it's sacrilege, you know, all these years, you hate the Giants. Now, all of a sudden, not only are you playing with them, you're in their stadium, right?
Yeah.
So I said, that's it, they ain't my team no more. I got transferred to Boston, and that was back in '83. And that was when the Patriots were playing at one, you know, for the final league. They were playing against the Jets, and we went to the bar, and my wife was rooting for the Jets, and I said, I ain't rooting for the Jets, I'm rooting for the Patriots. And they won, and they went to the Super Bowl, and I had a big Super Bowl party, bought a new TV, invited all my friends. I said, yeah, we're going to watch the Super Bowl. And that we got the first 3 points. We never saw the ball again. Refrigerator Perry had a touchdown. I think they beat us 38-3.
Had to bring the TV back.
They had to bring the TV back. But I was stuck with them then, and then finally we got Brady, and then things got.
Bow when you say that, please.
I know people get mad because Brady left. All I know is for 20 years.
He won another Super Bowl.
Yes, but for 20 years, I knew that I was going to be in the playoffs. I was going to be in the playoffs.
We're going to be cutting all this.
Yeah, we're going to put everything together. We're gonna put jet stuff in. No, we ain't.
Yeah.
It was good. I enjoyed life, and I had a good job, and I was happy with it, and retired and did hobby jobs, and moved to Cape Cod for 10 years.
Oh,
and,
okay, that's nice.
and then came down here. My wife found a house. She said, I love it, and I bought it. I've been here since.
Well, okay.
That's 2005.
That's
right now.
Wonderful, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, Lenny,
Yeah,
I
I think
gotta
we're gonna have to cut out.
we're doing, but before we do, okay, I want to thank some people. I want to thank the staff, okay, for inviting us here.
Yeah.
And it was really great of you. And of course, the North Myrtle Beach Wrecking Crew.
Yeah.
We got Bob and
I think Bob wants to say something.
I just want to tell you one of my favorites. It's an old nursing home joke. You know, these two old gals, Edith and Ethel, and they're walking through the nursing home on a Friday afternoon, and Edith turns to Ethel and she said, "You know, this place is boring." She said, "We got to liven this joint up." She said, "Well, what you got in mind?" She said, "Meet me tomorrow morning at the elevator in your birthday suit. We're going to streak the lot." "Okay, Edith, you know, I'll do what you want." So next morning they meet, 9 o'clock in the morning. Elevator opens up, here comes Edith and Ethel. Phew, up one end of, down the other. They jump back in the elevator, go back into the room. Well, little did they know, but Abe and Dave were sitting at the end on a bench. Abe turned to Dave, he said, "What in the hell was that?" He says, "I don't know, I think it was Edith and Ethel." He said, "Well, if it was, what was they wearing?" He said, "I don't know, but it sure needed ironing."
Well, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Bob.
And I want to thank everybody, and give yourself a hand too. So you were very thankful for that. Okay.
And we're back. Boy, that was a lot of laughs.
I know it was, but you know, a couple of things I would be remiss for not doing. I got it first off. Excuse me.
She got a cough.
Yeah. First off, I got to congratulate you. Give me that hand. You did a great job. Lenny was the producer of this
Episode.
I was trying to think of a nice word, Lenny.
That's okay.
Okay, for this episode. But I also have to thank the North Myrtle Beach Wrecking Crew, which is Rich and Bobby D.
Yeah.
Okay, who came along with us and warmed up the audience, and sometimes got a better applause than we did.
Most
but
times.
yeah.
Most
But okay. And so, what else is happening?
Well, I just want to go over what the idea was. A senior living facility, this is independent. So you don't have, this is for people who are able to handle themselves. Just got to a house with this, too much cleaning to be done, too much maintenance, just too many things got in the way, So you want to go somewhere else. And, you can go and get an apartment or a condo somewhere, but, you don't know who you're going to be with. You're not going to be in the same category. Maybe you're going to be in an apartment house. You get a nice building. But meanwhile, you got all kids around. You're the older guy down in the older women down in the hall, right? You have nobody to associate with. And part of the problem when we get to our age is we need companionship. We need to talk to somebody. We need to have interaction. Can't sit in the house watching the TV all day. That's crazy stuff. So the senior living, especially in this case, is mostly for people over 55. And it's like a hotel, or sometimes it's a house or whatever, but you're on your own, but all your neighbors, or, all your age, and they all have, hobbies and stuff like that. So you really have interaction. And in this particular case, they clean the apartment. I think it's once a week, you have a little kitchen. You can do your own cooking if you want. You can be with your husband. You can have a dog. You can have pets. It's not something like, oh, you can't have this, you can't have that. You can have anything. But meanwhile, if you don't feel like cooking today, you go downstairs and they have a dinner for you or breakfast, they cook. So, it's an act. They have activities, depending on which one you stay at. You could have tennis courts outside, who knows, pickleball. But, in this case, they have like bingo, and somebody comes in, plays the piano once a week or once a month. we came in and did a podcast.
You going back to play the piano? I wanted to know that.
I tried, it didn't work. So, but then there's, and then later on in life, if you're in there and usually they have an association with a assisted living facility. So all of a sudden now you need help. You can't walk so well. You need someone to push you. You can move into that one. It's kind of an easy move to that. So, but anyway, yeah, that was really good, and we enjoyed it.
Yeah, we did, and the director for recreation over there was very helpful, and Marla, and we met some of the other people out on staff, and we just had we had a real, very nice time. And as you'll pick up on that, so yeah. Okay. Here we are today. So anyway, Lenny, I did enjoy going over, and my highlight of the day was to meet the folks, and I met Jack, and I met the other people, Ellen and several of the other people came up and talked to us. That was our highlight, And I think what we learned, or what I learned from this whole thing, is that we have to keep our minds active.
Yes.
We have to interact socially. Yes. I kidded a little bit about my dog, but the wonder dog Zella helps me get out of the house. I take her for walks. Right. I meet the neighbors, and that's very, very important. Okay, and it's also an emotional shortcut. And the reason I say that is because you cut back on the loneliness, the feeling of loneliness. Right. Okay. So I really think I learned a lot from being with the people over there. And the most important thing I learned, and I'm going to read this to you because I wrote it down, is that one important truth stands out. Aging itself is not a mental illness. Many seniors continue to live deep, meaningful lives, creative, productive, emotionally rich, and lives where they have a purpose of curiosity and an interest in other people.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you need. That's why it's great to be around other people there, and that's what I like about it.
Yes. Yeah. That was really. We just had we had a real, very nice time. And as you'll pick up on that. So yeah. Okay.
Angela's looking for us. What is it, Angela?
Gentlemen, I am sorry to interrupt this stimulating conversation, but we have breaking news from Fairden.
Breaking news bulletin, live from Sunny Palms Senior Living Centre in Fairden. We interrupt your regularly scheduled program of smooth jazz and cholesterol medication reminders for breaking news out of Sunny Palms Senior Living Centre, where residents have reportedly staged what authorities are calling a highly organised, moderately paced uprising. Eyewitnesses say the takeover began promptly at 4:30 p.m, right after the early bird meatloaf special and just before Wheel of Fortune.
That's right, Tom. I'm standing outside Sunny Palms where chaos measured orthopedic, but determined chaos is unfolded. Residents have barricaded the bingo hall using motorized scooters and at least 3 reinforced walkers. One witness described it as a slow-moving but deeply committed rebellion. The director of the facility is currently being held hostage in the activities room. Sources confirm he is safe, but has been forced to listen to extended stories that begin with, back in 1957.
Terrible, terrifying.
Very. The demands are clear and written in large print. Breakfast served after 5 a.m. Thermostat raised from Arctic breeze to Florida retirement. Immediate restoration of real butter. And perhaps most shocking of all, later bedtimes.
Did I hear later than 8 p.m.?
Authorities confirm some residents were still awake at 9:17 p.m. Police attempted negotiations earlier, but were repeatedly told, "Speak up, Sonny." One tactical unit tried entering through the rec room but was slowed by an intense game of competitive shuffleboard. I personally witnessed a 92-year-old named Doris guarding the hallway with a knitting needle and what she described as attitude.
Any word on the hostage?
Yes. The director has reportedly agreed to allow desserts on non-dessert days and to stop referring to residents as adorable. In exchange, residents have promised to release him right after Matlock.
This is a developing story. Officials say the residents remain extremely organized, hydrated, and surprisingly tech-savvy, having coordinated the entire takeover via a group text called the wrinkle resistance. We'll continue monitoring the situation as long as we can stay awake past 7:30 a.m. For now, this has been breaking news. Stay tuned, and remember, never underestimate people who remember life before the internet.
Holy guacamole there, Fart Man. Did you hear about that?
Ooh, Batman, is that? No, it's
Fart Man.
It's Robin.
Oh, that was funny.
Oh, I think so. Hey, what is this all about, Lenny? Is it a change of face for the
Yeah.
for the
Yeah,
podcast? Yeah.
Oh, let me get that back.
I think I just got a splinter in my nose. I'm not sure.
These are easy to make, guys. If you want to do something special, creative.
Yeah. You know what? It's good. Your wife is working very hard. At cooking dinner.
Yeah.
And you sneak up and tap her on the shoulder.
Oh, you're too much.
I'm on today, Len.
Cannes is out now. Cannes.
The Cannes Film Festival.
Yeah,
Yes.
Just started, and I was looking at seeing the red
I'll
carpet.
bet you were.
Yeah. It was interesting. I got to say that.
Yeah.
I looked at the last year's in 2025, and
Yes.
oh my God, it was X-rated. I'm telling you. I don't think they had anything on some, a patch. I think they had more clothes on in the Garden of Eden than they had there.
Yeah.
And,
That's an interesting way to put it, Lenny.
Yeah.
So the rule was,
Yeah.
okay, less body exposure, more interested on the garments and so forth.
Yeah.
They wanted to be a little bit more formal this year.
Yeah.
And, and of course, you know what that means. As soon as you write a rule, guess what?
They challenge it.
Yeah, people have to challenge it.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I told you this, and maybe it's going to cut into your ad here, but did Bruce and Max got invited to go?
Oh no, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay, it had to do with an article they wrote about clothing and so on and so forth, and so they're over there now, and I'm sure we'll get some kind of a report from them later on.
Yeah.
But they're at the Cannes Film Festival, and I hope it goes well.
Angela's saying something to me. Angela has a clip.
Oh,
Apparently,
okay.
apparently a conversation between the two of them. They call each other. Somehow he got the recording, and he's going to play it for us.
Okay, yeah.
So here we go.
Gentlemen, Bruce sent me a tape of a phone conversation between him and Max. I think you should hear.
Hello.
Bruce, big news, baby. Cannes Film Festival officially invited me.
They invited us, Max. We're presenting the documentary.
Right. But mainly me. I'm the face. You're the tax deduction.
Why do I already regret answering this phone?
Because greatness scares you. Listen, I've decided what I'm wearing on the red carpet.
Good. Tuxedo.
Technically.
Max?
Hear me out. Women at Cannes wear those see-through dresses all the time. Half the internet goes, stunning, bold, fashion-forward. So I thought equality.
Equality is not your hairy backside on international television.
It's European art, Bruce.
It's not art when airport security tackles you before baggage claim.
I'm making a statement.
You're making the FBI watch list.
Picture it. Me walking the carpet in a full-dress gray West Point waistcoat with brass buttons.
No.
Maybe a tasteful white crossbelt with a red sash.
Absolutely not.
I'll add a saber.
Max, listen carefully. Men wear tuxedos at Cannes, black suit, bow tie, polished shoes, James Bond stuff.
That's boring. I want people talking.
They'll talk, mostly witnesses giving statements.
You have no imagination.
You tried to wear leather biker pants to your niece's baptism.
They breathe nicely.
They squeaked every time you knelt.
Fashion requires sacrifice.
Not from the audience.
Fine, I'll compromise.
Thank God.
I'll wear cargo pants.
Good.
Shorts.
No!
With an olive t-shirt.
Still number.
Turtleneck?
Why do you own military uniforms?
I went through a military academy phase. Don't judge me.
Max, please. I do not want to stand next to you while photographers yell, "Sir, your co-star's being tackled by security."
Fine. You're impossible. I already bought something anyway.
Bought what?
A custom safari outfit.
What kind of outfit?
Imagine out in deepest Africa, lions and tigers circling. I, in my tan safari jacket, pith helmet, and black knee-high leather boots with an elephant gun slung over my shoulder.
Oh, no.
Brown leather boots?
Elephant gun?
Shotgun instead?
That's somehow worse.
And what do you suggest?
Traditional red carpet attire.
And what's that?
Think Academy Awards.
Okay, black jacket.
Now we're getting somewhere.
With a red t-shirt.
Nix the t-shirt.
Red sweatshirt.
White.
It's France, Bruce. They love weird stuff.
They also love arresting tourists.
Honestly, you sound jealous because your outfit sounds like a funeral director at a casino.
My tuxedo is classy.
Your tuxedo says I pay taxes early.
Your outfit says Vegas magician fleeing child support.
That's hurtful. Accurate, but hurtful.
Please promise me one thing.
Depends.
No weapons.
Fine.
Really?
Technically.
What does technically mean?
A small Beretta under the jacket. You wanted James Bond.
I'm hanging up now.
Wait till you hear about the roller skates.
Oh, Lenny, where do you come up with these things?
I don't know.
This guy is a genius. I don't know. Hey, Lenny, do I have a chance to just yell out a couple of things here?
Sure.
All right. Okay. First off, in this week, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, you know. There's some hearings going on about the community and the environmental impact with regard to realtors and so forth. I know there's also a big controversy on going on about the solid waste disposal. 130,000 tons. I don't know. You know, I might be wrong on that statistic, but that's the waste from building, you know, all the construction waste that has to go into the landfill. And they got some proposals going on. But mostly, hey, here's the man, okay? Our new North Myrtle Beach Volunteer Ambulance Corps.
Right.
They are really great, okay? So, yeah, and I really encourage you. And we're not paid for this at all, and we just feel that it's a good service. Every town needs a local paper, okay? And so we encourage you. This is the North Myrtle Beach Times. Of course, you have Lenny and I, but we distort the news.
That's right. That's right.
Okay? A couple other little things that are bringing up. I also want to give a shout out to to Tom French. And he's one of the, I think he's the owner of the Carolina Garage Door Company. But I know that he was very nice to help me. Lenny, do you know that if your car's in the garage and the power goes out, you can't get out of the garage?
Really?
The car's stuck. And, you know, so I tried to lift the garage door. It's 18 feet wide, you know, and it's all that reinforcement, and forget it, okay? And I explained that, and he came over about 10 o'clock in the morning, got us out, you know. That's a real consideration during a hurricane or something like that. Fortunately, we only lost the lights the last time for just a short time. Anything else that we got in here? No, I already congratulated you.
Yeah.
Thanked everybody. So go ahead, Lenny.
You know, Fairden, you know?
Yes,
Racetrack.
the racetrack.
Yeah, I might mention it up.
A lot of talk about it down there.
Yep. You know, last episode we talked about, we had the race on the Le Mans.
Yeah.
You know, going out. Right. Well, and the reason was that they let other people in because it's a big thing. And the golf carts were kind of hard to work on it. But they did upgrade the drag strip. You know, the golf cart drag strip. So, you know, they called and they said, you got to take a look at this. They had a race, and we're going to have it right now. Okay.
Okay, let's have that race.
Okay, here it goes.
Go.
Welcome, race fans. We are here at the newly revitalized Fairden Golf Cart Drag Strip for the start of RIA First Race. The carts are getting into position, and here we go. Carl jumps to the lead, but Ricky Sideways Dalton is making his move. He passed Carl, and he takes the checkered flag.
Guys, we're back, and I hope you enjoyed that race. I'm still on. I didn't take
Okay. Yeah, hey, Lenny, along with you're talking about Fairden, the city council there in Fairden has been promoting, the growth of the community.
Right.
I hope they have a long-term plan in mind, because you know what the stress does on a small town like Fairden? It really stresses their infrastructure.
Yeah.
They're right on the river, and it's getting harder and harder to get fresh water. But I do know one thing, okay? Elmo French, the guy who owns Jugs Java in town, just is building a new operation outside of town, okay? It's a deluxe garage. He's calling it Au Natural. Okay. Natural. That's his brand. Okay. And it's got a donut shop in there naturally, and it's got some other things in there. But one of the features I think is a little strange. I haven't figured it out. He has one of the gas pumps painted green.
Wow.
And it says natural gas.
What's that mean?
I don't know.
I thought natural gas was coming from, natural gas was like a fumey.
That's exactly what I thought too. And when I went in, I asked the guy working behind the counter, he just shrugged. So actually, you know what I think it is?
No.
I think he's promoting gas with corn, made out of corn or ethanol or something.
Then it should have been green and yellow.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Or have a corn cob. I'm going to tell him. I say,
Get a corn cob, then we know,
I know, but the reason we'll get into this more, but so everybody's got an option these days. A little gimmick.
Everybody's trying something.
Everybody's got a gimmick. So what else is going on? Anything?
Well, the gas. I'm going to talk about gas.
Yes.
Everybody knows that right now the fuel is up there. I think it's $4.50 a gallon.
50% increase.
Yeah. And the federal government's talking about taking away the 18.5 cents a gallon, which comes tax, which, on a 15-gallon tank, which most people have, that's $2. That's only $2 off on a $50 bill.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really not enough. But there's another state, and I can't think of what it is now. I think it's Florida, that's going to take out the state tax. And those are higher. That's in Florida, I think it's 40 cents a gallon.
Yeah.
So that's substantial. So maybe politicians here in South Carolina.
Well, I don't know, because you rob from Peter and you give to Paul, or whatever, however that statement goes. But someone's got to pay in the eventual outcome of all this.
I understand.
People want services. The road's got to get done, so the money, it's got to come from someplace. Now, the other thing is, and this is the one that blows my mind, is that with the shortage of gasoline, and I'm not sure, we're still working on the reserves.
Right.
We're working on reserves that were featured a while back. So, but the other thing is that a lot of this petroleum and these crude products go to making fertilizer.
Right.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're running short of fertilizer, that means
Kaputski.
Yeah, to the vegetables and so on and so forth. So as we get fewer vegetables, the price goes up, demand, okay, production, consumption, okay. So, and then we got the fuel that has to bring it to market.
Right.
I just don't know what's going on, Len.
I don't know either, but we got another commercial.
Okay, let's get the commercial, and you know what? Okay, I'll tell you the rest later. Okay.
Here's a commercial, guys.
The Zoomer 3000 walker, because falling gracefully is still falling. Tired of boring walkers that scream I gave up? Meet the Zoomer 3000, the only walker engineered for speed, style, and unsolicited life advice. Features: all-terrain wheels dominate carpet, sidewalks, and bingo hall tile. Cup holder because hydration is important, and so is tea. Built-in horn aggressively remind grandchildren to move. LED headlights for midnight fridge raids. storage compartment fits snacks, coupons, and decades of grudges. Customer testimonials.
I'm 78 years old and I passed 3 joggers and a mall cop.
I'm 82 years old. People used to ask if I needed help. Not anymore. Now they ask where I got my ride.
The Zoomer 3000 Mobility with main character energy. Now available in racing beige, metallic taupe, and the limited edition Doctor Says Slow Down Red. The Zoomer 3000, order yours today. Options are running out fast.
Again. All right, so what else is going on here?
We're going to talk about, in the future, we're going to talk about my new book that's out, Silence Was the Problem, and about how we view the world and how we view the people and interact with them. And I found this poster in my mailbox. Up there it is. Okay. I hope everybody can see it. Okay. And I want to thank the anonymous person that sent it to me because you have keen insight into my personality.
All right.
Anything else?
Hold on. It's Angelo. Okay. We got a further news bulletin coming up, guys.
Okay.
Here it comes.
Gentlemen, I am afraid we must break. I have an updated news report from Fairden.
And NBSP breaking news late night update, live from Sunny Palms Senior Living Anchor. Good evening. We return now to our top story, the ongoing and surprisingly well-scheduled uprising at Sunny Palms Senior Living Center. It has now been 6 hours since residents seized control of the facility in what officials are calling the most polite hostage situation we've ever encountered. For the latest, we go back to our reporter on the scene.
Tom, the situation has escalated with deliberately and with frequent bathroom breaks. Residents remain in control of the East Wing after executing what insiders describe as Operation Take Back Our Thermostat. The director is still being held in the activities room. However, sources confirm he has been fed soup, given a blanket, and forced to compliment at least 12 grandchildren's photographs.
Seriously?
Indeed. Negotiations stalled earlier when management offered low-sodium pudding cups. The residents rejected the offer unanimously, chanting,
"We want flavor, we want flavor, we want flavor."
Authorities attempted to deploy calming music over the loudspeaker, but residents countered with Glenn Miller at full volume and an aggressive line dance demonstration in the hallway. One 88-year-old ringleader, identified only as Grandma Steele, delivered a statement through a megaphone she borrowed from the bingo cabinet. "We survived disco. We survived dial-up internet. We will not survive decaf."
Powerful words.
Even more concerning, Tom, the residents have reportedly taken control of the building's Wi-Fi. They have changed the password to Bring Back Real Bacon 1963. Police negotiators attempted to FaceTime the group, but several residents insisted on adjusting the camera for 15 minutes before beginning.
Any sign that this may resolve peacefully?
Yes. Talks resumed after management agreed to the following. Breakfast served at a reasonable hour. Bingo prizes upgraded from peppermints to actual cash. And permanent cancellation of mandatory chairs Zumba. In a surprising twist, the director has reportedly begun siding with the residents after trying the cafeteria's new mystery casserole.
A stunning development.
Very. At this hour, residents appear calm. Some are watching the 10 o'clock news. Others have resumed crocheting, possibly forming strategic rope barriers. Authorities say the situation could conclude by 9:30 p.m. sharp because, as one resident put it, revolution is fine, but we have meds at 10.
We'll continue following this story as long as our interns can stay awake. This has been your late night update. Remember, never corner a generation that invented the rotary phone and has nothing left to lose.
All right, boy, that was amazing. I mean, that was shocking. But I'm glad everything's turning out all right. That the director's okay, and it seems like it's going to be over with pretty soon. What do you think?
Well, it was a little shocking to me. I've heard some absurdities, but this is really out there, and I don't know what else to say, Len.
Yeah, well,
But
I think that's that's a good way to end the evening.
oh yes, with a touch of insanity. I think it, Lenny, that is insane in itself because according to my watch, it's only 11:26 in the morning. So,
but it's nighttime somewhere.
it's nighttime somewhere.
All right, guys. Have a great day and enjoy the show.
Yeah, God bless everybody and,
Take
and
care.
take life seriously.
Bye-bye.
Old Thoughts and Tall Tales disclaimer. Roger and I are just two friends swapping stories. We're not doctors, lawyers, or professionals offering advice. Our opinions are ours, and when our guests join, their opinions are their own, not the show's. Fairden is our own fictitious town in South Carolina, and AI has been used in some of our skits and commercials. If you like what you're hearing, tap follow so you don't miss an episode, and share us with a friend who needs a smile today. Thanks for spending time with us on Old Farts and Tall Tales. Remember, say goodbye, Roger.
Lenny. Roger sends his regrets, but he is running late for the dinner special at River Park.